Cindy from Stamped with Aloha. Welcome to a brand new series of videos where I'm going to teach you 3 projects I designed using Stampin' Up's Gilded Autumn Suite. So let's get started with project number 1, which is a thank you card. So this is the card I'll be teaching you how to make in today's video. Let me show you some of the supplies we'll be using in the series. We'll be stamping with the beautiful Autumn stamp set, and then we will be using the Gilded Autumn Specialty Designer Series paper, the beautiful Autumn bundle, and we'll also use the Brush Metallic cardstock. On one of the projects, we're also going to use the acorn trinkets, but not on the thank you card. All right, so for this card today, we're going to start with a piece of very vanilla cardstock. This cardstock is 5.5 by 8.5 inches, and then I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to use my bone folder to give it a nice clean fold. All right, now that we have the base done, we're going to use some of that specialty paper next. So this paper is double-sided. It has this really colorful, pretty prints on the back, but we're going to actually use the opposite side because this side here has that nice gold metallic finish. So then I'm going to use my adhesive, and I'll put some adhesive on the back here. And then I'm going to glue this onto the front of my folded card base. Okay. And then this would look really nice like this, but I actually want to use the opposite side because this too has that really nice metallic finish to it. So I'm going to go ahead and cover up this piece here with the adhesive and flip this around, and now we have nice shimmery specialty paper on the front of our card. Okay, perfect. The next thing that we're going to do is take a piece of vanilla cardstock. This is 2¼ inches by 3½ inches, and I'll be using the Meadow Moments embossing folder. So I place the cardstock into the embossing folder like this. I run this through my die cutting machine, and then the end result is this. So you just have a little end of the cardstock that has those nice leaves impressed into them. So then I'm going to flip this over, add some adhesive to the back of this piece, and then I will be mounting this to a piece of early Espresso cardstock. Okay, perfect. All right, now I'm going to flip this over and we'll add our dimensionals to the back. Okay, once you remove the dimensionals, we're going to flip this around, and then we're going to set this right here in the center of the card. Okay, now we're ready to do some stamping. So I'll be using this stamp here, which says thank you. Let me move this out of the way a little bit. So we're going to start with a 3.5 by 1 inch piece of very vanilla cardstock. I'm going to be using the Early Espresso ink, and then this stamp that says thank you. So I'm going to ink up this stamp, and then I'm going to stamp the words thank you on this strip. All right, now that I have the words on there, I want to make a little flag at the end. So I'm going to be using my triple banner punch. I'm going to flip the punch upside down, and then I'm just going to slide the cardstock in and then just punch out the end like that. And then I'll flip it around, using it upside down again, slide it in, and then once you see the 2 edges there, just line that up in the center and punch it out. And so now you have a nice little flag. All right, we're going to adhere this to the front of the card with some dimensionals. So I'm just going to put one on each side. Let me pull the card down here so you can see it better. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this right here across the center. All right, now we're ready to do some 2-step stamping. This is my favorite type of stamping. I'm going to start with this leaf here. I'm going to go ahead and stamp it, and I'll stamp it again because we need 2 of those. And then the next one is this one here. So I'm going to stamp 1 of those. Now the 2-step stamping comes in because we're going to take a second stamp that looks exactly the same. This one has the flat surface. For this one, I'm going to take off the first layer of ink. So we're using the second generation of ink, and I'm going to stamp it directly over the top so that it fills in that outline image. So that's what 2-step stamping is. So we're going to go ahead, take off some of the ink, and then 2-step stamp that right on top of that outline base. All right, and then we'll do the same thing for this leaf here. This one we're going to use Mint Macaron, and this time we just can go ahead and use the ink full strength, and we'll just stamp it on there like that. So that's perfect for those of you who don't like to color because you can use your ink pads to color in the leaves. All right, now what's great about this set is that it did come with coordinating punches. So I'm gonna flip this over, and then we'll line this up and punch out these leaves. So now we have our leaves all punched out and they're ready to go on the front of our card. Okay, so to put our leaves on, I'm going to be using mini glue dots. So I have a leaf here. I'll stick it on the mini glue dot, and I'm going to just adhere that right there above the word thank you. Okay, and then the next thing we'll do is take a second leaf. We're going to put that there, and I'm going to have that cascading down here at the bottom of the card. And then we'll take this one, I'm going to put just a glue dot towards the bottom of that leaf, and then we want this one to be hanging over the top right there underneath that, so it just looks like it's cascading down. And then to finish this card off, we're going to use our champagne rhinestone jewels. So I'm going to pick this up with my take your pick tool, and I'm going to put one rhinestone there. Then I'm going to put a medium rhinestone right here next to the leaf. Then I'll take another medium rhinestone and put that over here. Then I'll take a small rhinestone and put that right in there. And then I'm going to finish it off with another medium rhinestone, and I'm going to put that on the bottom right there like so. Okay? So our thank you card is done. Now remember, this is just part one of a 3-part series, so be sure to check back for the next 2 videos where I'll be continuing to teach you projects I designed using this beautiful suite. I look forward to stamping with you again soon. Until then, aloha.